All right. So, a couple things happened this week.
Wooly, how excited are you to hop online and play Baiken?
Oh, I was gonna go other places first, but well, one thing's for sure. Uh, the obvious guess that everyone made when they first
Yeah,
announced the Samurai Showdown crossover character is the right one.
it's like the
Like
most obvious fucking thing in the possible world.
they didn't bork it up. Baiken is coming to Samurai Showdown. The character I play and the game that I like are coming together. So that's pretty cool. Also, it's a game of fairly limited moves for a lot of the cast. It's I would not be surprised if the translation meant her losing a lot of her kit, but based on the trailer, it looks like she's got most of everything that you would expect off of her Rev 2 version. She has
I
Tatami
was
Gaishi, she has Yozan-sen, she has Suzuran, she has the well, she has the run, she has the
yeah.
grappling hook, the air grappling hook, the
She
air,
has the guard point crap.
you know, and the different follow-ups as well. So I'm like, "Oh, interesting." It seems like they gave her a pretty complete looking move list. They
No,
even
I was
have her.
watching that trailer and I was like, is she gonna do Yosanson on the ground?
No,
No.
never, never. It was busted. You just have to be good enough to do a Tiger Knee input for it to make it as low as possible.
Yeah.
And they even and it's really is like Rev 2 specifically, because like she's got the 2H, like the big sliding slash instead of the spin blade attack. So I'm kind of curious to see if, like, I don't know, if is she going to be too good because she has so much of her kit. And
I'm
if you compare,
sure you'll be able to beat everyone online with her, buddy.
if you compare it to some of the characters with like a much smaller move list, it's just like, oh wow, she's got tools for everything. She looks good. She looks accurate. I got nothing to say about that. I can see there's little moments where like she's doing like the little walk up in the intro, and like it's not going to play out that full poem or like that plays out in the beginning. So she just kind of like talks a little bit of shit afterwards, but they keep the effect there. And when the moon appears during her like triple slash super, it's kind of floating in a way that is not like the same way that it appears in Rev 2. So you're kind of like, yeah, they kind of dropped it in there. But anyway, looks good. I just obviously I'll enjoy her existence in this game, and then I will look around for people in my immediate vicinity who might want to play it in person, and that'll be that. That'll be that. No,
Woo.
so to be perfectly honest, I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but there is a solution, quote unquote, for Samurai Showdown online, and it's Parsec.
Yeah.
So to
But
actually get
even
some
then,
matches
that's
in.
that's like a manual implementation.
Yes. So fortunately, like, um, you know, having become a part of the tournament scene in Sam's show and making some friends and such, I feel like, there's a bunch of people that are also going to be, jumping on and playing and getting some games in. There's going to be discords and shit. So, the Parsec solution is not a like new player friendly one because you have to seek out your own competition outside of the game and arrange for the matches to happen. So I'm not a fan of that for the new player. But personally, that's how I'm going to get my matches in.
Well, luckily, the new player isn't playing Samurai Showdown, so we don't have to worry about that.
Correct. But the power of no Baiken, no buy people, the power of the like
All
the
35
people.
of them.
Yeah, no. No, you have to no. You have to understand something. There are a fucking there's an ocean of Guilty Gear OGs that hate Baiken heads, like Baiken mains as they would call them, because it's like the Baiken main as a thing represents the person who doesn't actually know or play Guilty Gear. They just like the character, and they represent like a horrible part of the fan base that is just like, stop it, you don't even like the game, you just want her.
Yep.
Right. And so there's a whole lot. It's possible that some of those that people who love Baiken are gonna grab Samurai Showdown and give it a shot.
I think Baiken absolutely rules, and I think she's great, but I don't play her. Why would I do that?
Yeah, well, because she's not particularly, she's got a weird ass move list that you got to figure the fuck out. From day one, I remember I was like, oh, this is so weird, but we're just gonna grin and bear it. We're just gonna deal with it, and after some time, I'm just like, okay, I like what this is now. I like this counter-based.
I actually like her. I don't like any of her modern designs. I like her original XX design where she looked more homeless.
Kenshin, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I like when she's like, I'm Hobo Kenshin. Totally, I feel the same way. I don't dislike some of the glow ups in terms of like the eye patch looks pretty cool. The bunny ears, you could take it or leave it. But I do agree, like the rugged look of the original Kenshin hobo form was pretty strong as well.
I mean, I'm seeing people shocked, but like you call me a hipster. But if you really want a hipster shithead opinion about Guilty Gear, I was having an argument with a mutual friend of ours, about how much I don't like Ino's new design.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I really dislike it.
Huh. I like it. I dig the collar pop. I think it's cool.
I also think that's cool, but I don't like how she's supposed to be a sexy character, and I don't like this is the last time you're ever going to hear me talk about like this, and I think that she's just so boring looking now. And the number one reason for that is that she's covered her shoulders.
Wow. I super disagree. I think it's taking her fashion sense and like adding some trimmings to it that are a little more like stylish in my opinion. Like the shades.
Like her hips are wider and her boobs are bigger, and she's actually wearing less clothes overall. But I'm like, eh.
The shades, the collar, the and the actual like black shirt, red jacket contrast, like as a matching thing. Like I dig it. I super dig how she looks. But regardless, when it comes to Baiken, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff with the new version that's like, it's different. I still really like her new form too, but one thing that I'll always dig is whenever someone has one eye, the most badass version of an eye patch is none, just an eye closed, like Guts.
Yeah.
Right? And early Baiken was that. Early Baiken was like, yeah, she has one eye. How do you know? Because she keeps it closed and she's got a scar over it.
Yeah, and then there's the second version of that is like, it's not an eye patch, it's like longer hair that happens to cover it. And then past that is, it's still not an eye patch. It's a piece of cloth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then past that is your regular eye patch. Past that is your ornamental eye patch. And past that is my absolute most hated eye patch ever, which appears in the 3rd season of Battlestar Galactica, which is a skin tone eye patch, which I fucking hate.
So it just like looks like you have no eye?
Yep. Oh my god. Oh god, I hate it. It's played by that old man. Oh god, who you wouldn't have played Skyrim? Who plays General Tullius in Skyrim? Saul Ty. Here we go. Let's grab a fucking photo for you. Oh, it's the shittiest eye patch ever. I hate it.
Let me take a look, but
Here, I'll send it to you.
Sure. What's his name? Saul. Oh, okay.
It's like,
now
god
that's
damn
pretty
it,
ugly.
It's awful.
but I'll see you that, and I'll raise you Anthony Hopkins as Odin. Odin's golden eye patch. Do you remember that thing?
Barely.
It just looks so dumb.
That thing sucks.
It looks so dumb. Because he's wearing golden armor, so they're trying to make it look all fancy too. And it just looks lame. It's always bothered me. I hate his eye patch so much.
I saw a good contender over on my chat screen. What about sunglasses with a blacked out lens? That's classy. I like that.
I'll take that. That's fine.
That's nice. I like that.
It's a version of obscuring it.
I met a gentleman on the street the other day walking the dog. He had an eye patch, just a regular old black eye patch, and he looked like an old working man, and he looked cool as shit.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, yeah, Thor has a similar thing, but his is just black, so it just ends up looking like an eye patch without the strings, I guess. But it's fine.
A monocle patch.
There's a lot of ways to play it. But yes, the closed eye just is like a particularly like grimy fucking hardcore way to play it, and I dig that.
Hey, you know who gets a little bit of a little golf clap from me? As like, it's not the best, but it was still pretty decent. Was Kakashi just dipping his headband?
Kakashi's a good eye patch. That's a good one.
Because there's no patch. He's just kind of I'm lazy.
Solid eye, too much going on.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Too much going on, you know. Big Boss, sure, it's just an eye patch. Solid eyes, yeah, there's a whole lot there. Too busy.
Big Boss gets a thumbs up for screwing up your first-person camera.
What happens?
In MGS3, once you get your eye shot out, you get a pretty strong vignette on one side of the screen if you go into first-person mode after that.
Okay.
That simulates if you were to close one of your eyes, you lose a little bit of vision on that side.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna get that butterfly.
Whatchamacallit? Drakengard 3. Flower.
Yeah, that's good.
That's an eye patch. It's a weird one, but it counts.
And I will give one character ever, a pass on their gaudy, ostentatious eye patch. And that's Goro Majima with his fucking eye patch with like a gold snake on it. Because it fits perfectly with his like absolutely goddamn hideous snakeskin coat and fucking boots.
But yeah. Anyways, all that to say, Baiken is in Samurai Showdown. I mean, for a while, there's a point where the trailer leaked early, and it was uploaded, I think, on the Korean version first, so people were sharing that trailer, and then there was a silhouette that was officially put out, and I think that there was a point where they're like, what if it's Angie and he's holding an umbrella behind him, and that big hair poof is actually just that or one of the fans, and it's like Angie, Baiken, Nago Ryuki, those would all work for Samurai Showdown, but that's about it. You gotta be a samurai, or at least something sort of from that era, and perhaps even if you're not a samurai, then at least be Japanese, I guess, to fit in with the theme. But they also have got the warden in there, so at some point you're kind of just okay, it's a Soul Calibur rule.
I guess. Not feeling it.
Well, I'm just glad that they didn't do the what the fuck are you talking about? Branding. We're putting Soul Bad Guy in Sam Show.
Oh, dude, I totally disagree. They should have put Justice in there.
Oh my god.
But I like my tonal nightmare shit. I want I want the guest character to be like fucking stupid.